Total War Warhammer 2. I need to say it like that, otherwise I'm going to call it Total Warhammer 2.
Yeah, you need to make distinct gaps, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to say this wrong if I don't. I have completed the main campaign map.
Yeah, which
by playing it wrong. Because the whole point was there are these vortex. There's this vortex in the middle of Ulthuan, which is the elfin islands, and everyone has to kind of channel a ritual to do something to it. So like the Skaven want to just release chaos and kill everyone. I think that's what the Dark Elves kind of are thinking as well. And the Lizard Men just want to do something with it. Elves want to contain it. And that is the main objective.
Right.
Unless you kill everyone and leave no one around to survive, and then you win by a dominate victory.
Because you killed everyone on the map.
I killed every major faction on the map through conquest with, like, basically on normal difficulty. Eventually you get to a point where you can just have so many resources and the AI aren't going to be as smart with it as you. You can just push it into armies and then balance it out. And yeah, so on top of making alliances with the other elven factions who joined me, so I had multiple fronts all over the world, and I had multiple armies. So to start my conquest to capture the whole game, I start with the Dark Elves because I'm High Elves and they're my enemy. They have to die first. So I sent over a force of 4 separate armies, and little by little conquered every inch of ground they had and turned them into nothing. I was playing the High Elves like a Dark Elf, effectively. I just killed everyone. I was thinking it the whole time, I'm playing this wrong.
Yeah, instead of as typically elves keep to themselves and protect what they own, you're like, now I'm conquering everything, baby.
Everything is mine.
Annihilating the lot, yeah.
So I conquered their capital, which was very rewarding. And then their whole region turned into my region, which in turn gave me more money.
So when you catch them, it becomes your force. It's still High Elves. It doesn't you can't suddenly use Skavens or something.
Oh no, it all converts to your kind of thing. It depends if you use it though. You can't. Not everything's inhabitable as a High Elf because some of it's too chaotic or too hot. They kind of cool.
I was thinking a Skaven's freaking hole. It's I'm just gonna put an elven force in here or something.
Well, you can do that, but sometimes it's not the best habitat for you. And there's separate levels of corruption. There is Skaven corruption, where they kind of just under your city go making all kinds of noise. You've got vampire corruption.
So when you own that location, Skaven can still be there? Is that right?
Yeah, they'll be underneath making all little noises, making your people a bit more eerie. And if it gets to 100%, little Skaven pop up and take your thing back.
That's cool, yeah.
Yes, we're back. Your face is ours. Yeah, but then once the Dark Elves are conquered, I moved on to the Lizard Men. We had a nice little island, not a little island, but part of a continent. So I attacked them from the north and south, killing Skaven along the way because their little faction was kind of all caught up in the midst of it.
Wait, so you literally pincered them from every angle?
I pincered them from every angle and killed them all.
I killed them all, burned them all.
Every single one. All their land, all their base are belong to me. And then there was a couple vampires on my new continent, so I had to fight them.
Wait, what race are they a part of, or was it just general stuff on the map?
Oh, they're just their own. They're just vampires, little vampire settlement in the corner. You know, they burned down a building of mine, so I killed all of them just to...
Well, they burned down a building. I'm not familiar with most vampires. Normally don't like fire, but inherently these ones do, it seems.
Well, they destroyed my city. However they raised it to the ground, I don't know. And I killed all of them, and then there's one other continent, which is south of where I started, which is pretty much vampire land. It's all corrupt, it's all a desert. My people get injured for even walking in there. However, I was going to plan on conquering them, but I had allies with a little Lizard Men tribe down the corner. Except then they decided to start doing the ritual, which is how you win the game for them. So I'm like, okay, we were allies, now I'm declaring war on you, sending my entire army over to kill you, and winning the game.
I do like how it is literally like a Game of Thrones where it's like you go, oh, we're allies, and then they just go, well, we can just win here, so we'll just do that while you're off attacking something else.
So I sent over 4 armies. I sent 5 up north because I was going to kill all the vampires. My end goal was to conquer the entire game, but I got a domination victory with killing the final Lizard Men. I was pretty keen with that. I also killed another group of my allies, the Wood Elves. just because they had a nice base, and I needed a base of operations to invade the vampires. So I figured I'll just kill them. I'll take everything they have and I'll use it as a staging ground. Which I never got I never got to invade the vampires.
Wait, when you say staging ground, you mean like an occupation point for you to hold?
Yeah, I was just gonna put all my armies there and just march them into the north, which is where they were all.
Right. Okay.
Take out everything systematically, and then I was gonna kill every remaining ally I had, so the world would be fully elven and in peace and harmony.
It's just it's the elven way, where it's just like essentially remove all other races. It's like the elves are the best, so all the rest are corrupt. Let's get rid of all of them. The purge.
Get rid of them all. And my empire was making so much money. I had like over 20 armies around the map who could just stomp anyone who came across me, because I kill out everybody.
Right. When you win the game, is there like fighting games when you normally win those arcade modes, it'd be like, here's a little cutscene with that race. Is that how this works?
There would be if I did the proper ending. I did the domination victory, where I got domination victory popped up in words, and then it gave me a little timeline of what I did. And just watching the timeline of what I did with the Dark Elves is like, this turn I conquered all this turn I conquered all that. And then it's just so cool watching it all just happen.
Is it one of those ones where they show you like your map point? So it's like at this point it feels like your conquest thing? Like it just show a map, or is it like a bar thing where it just goes...
It shows a bar and a map, so the map is showing you like how big your empire is growing.
Right, yeah, cool, yeah.
And then I was just watching the last 20 turns was... My last 50 turns was all conquest, 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 till I won. So yeah, it's...
much better than I said much better than a more recent... Oh, not more recent, but recent WoW game. Oh, not WoW game, sorry. Warhammer game with Dawn of War, yeah?
Yeah, both published by Sega. Creative Assembly somehow can make a better game than Relic can make an RTS. So that's just how it is.
That's how we do. Have you done? Is that it? Is that all you've done in that, or is?
Yeah, I'm planning on waiting for the Mortal Empires campaign.
Right. Yeah. Get Bob combine all those forces and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna Dark Elf that shit up.
I said no. So no interest in doing it again with like another race, like Skaven.
I do want to give Skaven a go because I like their little abilities. Because you can summon a group of them during battle. They'll just pop up out of a hole. I got more forces that I didn't expect.
I inherently liked how they talk about the Skaven and shit, like, oh yeah, they just hide in stealth barrels and stuff, so you can't see them on the map. Like, oh, that sounds like
it's them though. You see, like, this looks suspiciously abandoned, and there's a lot of abandoned bases around here. I wonder what's lurking.
Because their occupation is always an abandoned base. Is that right?
It's always an abandoned base. You're always like,
yeah, I see what you mean. So when you see abandoned bases all the time, you go, well, this is awfully suspicious.
I wonder what's in here. Oh look, Skaven. Who would have thought?
Well,
they're the only one that's semi-sneaky.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'd love to do is like make all those abandoned bases, and only one of them is like the absolute death trap. So like the other ones are just like nothing, and there's just one that's like if you land on that force, you are dead. Like it's just
they're all like abandoned. They're literally abandoned bases. It's like then you step on the wrong one. It's like Skaven are killing you.
The Skaven mine.
The Skaven.
The mines of Skaven.
Skaventopia, where all the Skavens live and talk about killing everyone, I guess.
Morza, puppet minion, pestilence, infest lastria. Yes, but all warpstone for council plan.